Abhishek, and I'd like to take some of the numbers to Professor Asif Ramiz Daudi. First of all, Professor Asif, we all know that there is obviously a foreign hand. There is meddling. Yes, we agree. We know America is instigating these riots, right? But some of the numbers that came into our newsrooms today, and let me read out some of the numbers, sir. I have some details of how many protesters have been killed. Let's tell you that we are in a newsroom, and in a newsroom, when we called our reporter on the ground, first of all, it's been difficult to contact our reporters in Iran. But last we checked, in the last 24 hours, somehow we were able to get a call through. That reporter told us he's hearing on the ground that the unofficial number could be anywhere between 12 to 14,000 people killed. 12 to 14,000 on record. Officially, news agencies, Abhishek, telling us that 2,000 have been shot dead. 500 to 800 being confirmed by agencies in Iran alone. Iran itself today has admitted 200 of its security personnel have been killed. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So the casualties are huge. And you can't discount people's anger. Professor Asif Ramiz, we are not saying what America is doing is wrong, is right. It's completely wrong. They shouldn't be doing this meddling, right? But what Iran is doing is not right either.
Well, thank you very much for having me here. Before I start, there is a clarification. You introduced me saying that I support regime change in Iran.
No. I said anti. I said anti, sir. Sorry. I introduced you as against. Yes.
So my view is like I support humanity. I support there should be no war. And I support that whosoever, follows the international laws, I am with them. Now, let me start with your question. What is happening there, that is unfortunate. Okay. And the protesters are being killed. That is, in fact, the internal matter of a country. And in your introduction, there was a question raised that whether any external force should intervene in the internal matters of a country, targeting the sovereignty of that country. That's the question that was there.
Correct.
Now, my other question comes here from my side is whether someone should think about the de-escalation or regional peace and security and global peace and security. If anything happens, if somebody intervenes in the internal matters of a country, and if that escalates the regional, it creates problems in the region, and that disturbs the entire region and global scenario is changed. So in that case, someone should think, rather must think, that there should be de-escalation and there should not be intervention from other country in negative sense. If someone intervenes positively and tries to pacify things and de-escalate, that is fine. But here, killing of those, your question was around, you said around 8,000 protesters were killed. I don't know exactly, but this is the number that you quoted. Here, what I have to say, that those who want to intervene, do they know the number of people died in Gaza? Do they know the exact number that how many people, how many innocent women, children, infants, hospitals, schools have been attacked and they were killed? So situation here is that we should think about bringing peace, whether it's in one country or whether it's anywhere, in any part of the world. So here, it's not the question that what is happening there is right or wrong. The question is that if somebody is trying to put more fuel to the furnace, is that right? Who should think about the, global peace? That is my question.
Okay, Daniel Pipes, you heard Asif Ramiz draw this equivalence. I don't know whether right or wrong, but he did draw an equivalence between Gaza